we're going to put together a very simple dish, but it's going to be really tasty. I am going to call this hash brown cottage pie. And it's going to be beef with vegetables and a gravy mix topped with hash browns. And it's going to be delicious. So the first thing we need to do is I'm going to get these onions chopped and onto my skillet or my Dutch oven. So let's get these diced up and I'll be right back. Okay, there we have 2 onions diced. I use yellow onions. So let's throw that into our Dutch oven. Put a couple tablespoons of olive oil in there. Put that on high heat. And let's just fry those up until they get translucent. Okay, those have been cooking for several minutes. So let's take my ground beef. Now this is 2.25 pounds of ground beef chuck. And we want to just pop that in with the onions and get that all browned up. Get that broken up. We'll get this nice and brown and I'll be right back. Okay, that took a few minutes. It's now browned up, so we're going to go ahead and drain the excess fat off. Just like that. Now we're going to add 4 tablespoons of flour to this beef mixture. Turn the heat back on that. And we're going to cook that flour in for about a minute. Alright, that's cooked off for about a minute. Now we're going to put 6 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. And then 4 tablespoons of good old American ketchup. And then 2 cups of beef broth. Give that all a good mix. We're going to salt and pepper that to taste. Now, you can put whatever kind of vegetables you want in here. I'm partial to peas and carrots and sweet corn. My favorite vegetable, so that's what I'm going to put. So I got 2 12-ounce bags of vegetables. 1 12-ounce bag is peas and carrots, and 1 12-ounce bag is sweet corn. I'm going to go ahead and add that to the pot. Get that mixed in. Okay, we're going to let that cook for about 5 minutes or so until everything gets nice and hot. While we're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and grate up 8 ounces of sharp cheddar. And get this grated and I'll be right back. There we go. Easy peasy. Okay, so we brought this up to a simmer. The ground beef and vegetables gravy mix. Brought it up to a simmer and then simmered it for about 5 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and take the heat off now. Turn the stove off. And this is just going to set aside for a second while we prepare our topping a little bit. I got 1 stick or half a cup of butter. And what we're going to do is we're going to melt this in the microwave. Alright, we're getting there. I got 2 9x13s dishes, and we're going to put the beef and vegetables evenly distributed between the 2 dishes. Just like that. Alright, let's move this out of the way. Alright, see if we can let you see what's going on here. I have 2 bags of shredded hash browns, plain old potato shredded hash browns. These are the Great Value brand, no seasoning or anything. And this is 1 pound 10 ounce each bag. So we're going to put both bags into this large bowl. Alright. Now, let's take our half a cup of butter and give those a good toss. And we'll add our half a pound of cheese we grated earlier into there. Give that a good mix. Alright, so there you go. That's all mixed up. So let's get that just topped over our dishes. I'll just get my hands in there. And there you have it. So these are ready to go in the oven. Like I say, I preheated the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. We're going to shoot for about 45 minutes in the oven. We're going to keep an eye on these. We want the hash browns to be nice and golden brown. So I'll come back and let you know how long it took to get it to that state. I'll see you then. Okay, there we have it. Nice and golden brown. I did cook that for 60 minutes at 400 degrees. And I'm thinking that looks about right. So I'm going to let this cool down and then we'll get some of it trayed up for the freeze dryer. And we'll also do a little cutout for our taste test. Fresh. I'll see you then. Okay, that's cooled down enough, I think, to tray it up. So I have a medium Harvest Right freeze dryer with the 4 shelves, and I make 3 shelves of my meals. So we're going to put 2.5 pounds of my hash brown cottage pie per tray. Nice and spread it out. And I like to divide these up into 10. And we use 3 squares per meal pouch. So if each tray is divided up to 10, I get 30 squares, which makes 10 meals. Alright. So I'm going to press on with this and I'll be right back. Alright. So there's my 3 trays. All 2.5 pounds. Poor little John. That's all I got left, that little corner there. So there's how much you get out of that, which will be my dinner tonight. We're going to eat this in a second. No sense in getting another dish dirty. So let's dig in and see what it tastes like. Oh man. That is good. You wouldn't think, because we didn't add a lot of seasoning to this, but it is packed with flavor. And you strongly taste that beef flavor, which is great. Oh yeah. That's a winner. For sure. Some of those crispy top hash browns. This is so good. You guys are going to like this. So easy to throw together. And the results are fantastic. Alright. I'm going to let those cool down a little bit more before I put them in my freezer. We'll get them frozen solid. Once they're frozen solid, we'll fire up the freeze dryer. And when it tells me to put my food in, we'll put our food in. And next time you see it, it'll be coming out of the freeze dryer. I'm going to enjoy this. I'll see you when that comes out. And there we have it. Just seconds away. Now, that was my standard 40-hour run that I always do. And they are nice and dry. Before I start, I want to give a shout out to Sue Whalen. Welcome her to the new members area of the channel. Thank you for supporting the channel, and I hope you enjoy browsing through the members area. And of course, you'll be getting the videos before everybody else sees them. So thank you for joining. Feel free to contact me. All right. So what we got here? So we got my hash brown cottage pie and my standard. It's become standard for me. I don't know what I call these onion rings, but my Parmesan cheese and onion baked and then freeze dried. These have become my to-go snacks. And I basically just put 1 tray of those in every time I do a freeze dryer. Unless I got something else to put in that slot. So let me get these put away. These are my snacks for the week. And those are so good. Alright. Now let's get to packing. So I take my meal pouch. And for me, a meal is 3 of those squares. So I just pop 3 squares in the pouch. Like that. And then I just give them a gentle crumble so that the bag will seal nice and flat. So let me get this done off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so I got those all in the bags. Now I'm opening my 300cc O2 absorbers that I get in packs of 10 from topmylar.com. And we're going to pop 1 of those on each pouch and zip it shut. Just like that. Alright, let me get these done and I'll be right back. Alright, got those done, ready for heat sealing. Let me get my heat sealer out and we'll seal them up. Alright, the light has gone out telling me it's ready. So let's drop a heat seal on that. I close it down and I look for that to melt along that edge. I know that's nice and good. I haven't done this for a while, so let me show you what kind of seal that puts on there. Can you see that? Look at that rigid seal. That is gonna hold for 25 years. So I got this off of eBay. Not eBay, I got this off of Amazon. And if you have a checkout, I'll put a link to this in the comment section below, I guess, or in the description box. So I like to put, Christmas is coming up and this would make a great Christmas gift, but I also like to plug my new recipe book in the comments, so I might put them both in one comment, pin it to the top down below, where you can pick up this heat sealer, which would make a great gift. I've been using this for a long time, at least a year, probably more than closer to 2, I don't know. And I've not had no problems with it. I love it. Like I say, for 7 mil bags, I put that on about 125, and it just does a beautiful job. So let me finish these off and I'll be right back. There we go. I'll turn that off. That is very hot, so we'll let that cool down. We'll get that put away. We'll leave these sitting out for a day or 2. I always do, but I've never had one of these heat seals fail. But I like to make sure of that before we put it away for 25 years. So we'll let these sit out for a day or 2, and we'll come back and later today and do a taste test on these. Rehydrate one of those up. I'm looking forward to that. I'll see you in a minute. Alright, it's time to dig into my hashed brown cottage pie. Let's get this opened. Pull out that O2 absorber. That's what we got on the inside. Let's get some hot water. I'll be right back. Alright, so we got 3 squares. And my formula is 3/4 of a cup of water. Just like that. We'll zip that shut. And we'll run that for 2 minutes. We'll let that sit for 2 minutes. Okay, that's been 2 minutes. Let's give that a nice little stir. Oh man, that smell just hits you. Oh yeah. We'll seal that up for 2 more minutes. And while that's counting down to 2 minutes, I'll just give you a quick recap on my bags. It's been a while since I've talked about them. These are what you call a single meal pouch, and I get them from topmylar.com. And actually, I think they were the original producers of the meal pouches. Others have copied it later on, but they were the first ones to produce these available for us home freeze dryers. But they're 7 mil thick, and they're wider than they are tall, which allows you to use them as a bowl, and you get your fork in there and eat it right out of the pouch. So I love these meal pouches. They make this single meal pouch, and then they make a little bit bigger one called a double meal pouch. And what Top Mylar has done for the past several years, they've been very kind to my viewers. They offer you a discount code. Now we have 2 discount codes. The first discount code is for orders of $55 or $50 or more, you'll save $5. And that code is BIBS, B-I-B-S. So when you go to topmylar.com, if you spend $50 or more on checkout, just enter the code BIBS and you'll save $5. The second code is what they call a coupon code. It's a single-use only code, but it's a much better code. But you can only use it one time per account. And that is 10% off your entire order at topmylar.com. So if you're there and you spend, I know no one would do it, but just for easy math in my old brain here, if you spent $1,000 on products at topmylar.com, you would save 10% of that $1,000. You'd save $100. You know, so that's a very good coupon. It's a single-use only coupon, so in my opinion, if I would wait until I had a large order of something I wanted to order from Top Mylar and use that code. Otherwise, use the BIBS code and spend $50 or more. So there you go. That's my little plug for the company that I just love. They are my go-to Mylar company, and I also buy my 300cc O2 absorbers from them as well, and they have them packed in 10s if you want them that way. You can order them in packs of 10. Well, I make 10 meals per freeze dryer load, so the pack of 10 just works out great for me. And to be fair, what I do is once a year about, I'll order a case of the a full case of the meal pouches and a full case of the O2 absorbers. They kind of, you know, you kind of get the idea there. So we could eat this straight from the meal pouch, just like that. But we like to dish it up for you, and this smells absolutely delicious. Look at that. Looks like the perfect rehydration. What do you think of that? Let's dig in and see what it tastes like. Oh man, my mouth is watering. That is good. Oh yeah. I'm very happy with this recipe. There's not a lot of seasoning that we put into this. So you get the full beef flavor, and the potato flavors kind of really stands out in it. We didn't overwhelm it with seasonings and stuff like that, and I think that just makes the perfect little fill your belly up with a nice hearty cottage pie, casserole, hash brown cottage pie. I am super happy with this. Wouldn't hesitate to make this again at all. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. And holiday seasons are coming up, so if this doesn't come out before Thanksgiving, I want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. So we'll see you in the next video, and I'm going to enjoy this on its own. Cheers.